Relationship intelligence can be defined as the automatic capture of emails and meetings with contacts in your network. Once that data is captured, we can score and rate the strengths of those relationships over time. In this example, I will be a deal professional in charge of a particular intermediary coverage model. I want to understand our relationship with a particular bank. I want to also extrapolate who has the best relationships with that particular intermediary. And I also want to uncover coverage gaps. When I log into DealCloud, I will want to surface this information by going to the sourcing channel and selecting the intermediary coverage dashboard. This is where I can see all of our relationships with investment banks, categorized by tier, and also categorized by coverage individual. From here, I will be able to zero in on a company profile and uncover all of the relationship analytics we have on this particular profile. We'll take Raymond James as the institution to look into. Now, before I have a meeting with Raymond James, the first thing that I will want to do is go and analyze who else has a relationship with this company profile. I can find all of that information by selecting the contact page here on the left-hand side. What this is uncovering is a couple of things. Number one, it is showcasing every single colleague I have at the firm and who they have a one-on-one relationship with at Raymond James. In this example here, Sally Sales is connected to Brian Lawson, who is a banker over at Raymond James. Furthermore, we can see that they have constantly been in communication. They've had inbound, outbound exchanges, and have even met in person. We can see that this relationship score is very strong. We've got a 4.9 out of 5, indicating that Sally Sales will be your go-to person when speaking to Brian Lawson. Furthermore, we can see that other colleagues do have relationships with Brian and other bankers at the firm. Depending on your situation and where you would like to see relationship intelligence information, we can either select the relationship score from here or dig in deeper and even go to the Brian Lawson profile page. By executing this contact detail page, we'll be able to see Brian Lawson's relationship with all of the individuals at our firm. What's important here is that a lot of our clients have multiple offices worldwide, and you're not sitting on a floor able to just quickly communicate with that end user. For instance, if Peter Partner sits in the United Kingdom office and Sally Sales sits in the New York office, they don't necessarily know off the bat that they both have relationships with Brian Lawson. This enables you to identify those with one click of the button without having to call on that individual directly. Now, going back to the coverage model here with Raymond James, we'll quickly surface the information on the network analysis chart. The network analysis charts are very crucial to the process. Essentially, what this enables you to do is see which groups we have contacted and which locations we have contacted within the Raymond James account. Essentially, we can identify that within the industry groups at Raymond James, perhaps they have divisions in healthcare, industrials, technology, transport, and logistics. We can see from this analysis here that we have touch points not only with the consumer retail space, but also healthcare. In this capacity, the left-hand side has a large weighted bar showcasing that our coverage within the consumer retail space is very strong. You can also notice that there are only 2 industry groups surfacing. This would indicate to us that we do not have a pulse on the technology landscape or even the industrial scope. By identifying these points on a network analysis, the team can do 2 things. One, we can start to embark on an expansion project in some of the industry groups, or we can continue to build upon our consumer retail space and plan on adjusting and creating a larger and larger opportunity within this industry. The other thing that we can do is uncover these coverage models by location. You can see in this analysis, we have a strong pulse on the headquarter location over at Raymond James. And we also have some connections to the Boston office. Again, in this analysis, we can identify that there are some coverage gaps by location, such as Minneapolis and San Francisco. Perhaps there will be an initiative for the firm to create some touch points and contacts in those locations.